Broadcasting from the greatest castle in the world, in the county of Lawrence, Nctv45. Nctv45 Newcastle, The Train.
Entrusting your loved one to a funeral director is a very personal and emotional decision. The funeral director you choose must understand the importance of the decision you have made. When you call the William and Roger DeCarbo Funeral Home, I recognize what a privilege it is to be chosen at your time of need. We will provide you and your family with the best service possible, with sincerity and compassion.
The William and Roger DeCarbo Funeral Home, family owned and operated since 1941.
Legal issues. Paula Chalella, attorney at law, 113 North Mercer Street, Newcastle.
If you're craving hot dogs and more, and you're in the area, then look no farther than Coney Island, downtown Newcastle on Kennedy Square.
Today's program furnished by funding from Bill's Bake Shop, where smiles are everywhere.
Good morning, Newcastle, and a very pleasant welcome to all my friends in Mercer, Northern Butler, Northern Beaver County, and just across that Ohio line. As I scooch into my chair, I got my coffee, and it's great. If you were not around yesterday, then you missed the heat, because the heat was on, and 64 degrees, and trust me, friends, we didn't get down that awfully low last night, as it was bacon, and I don't mean bacon and eggs. It was really, really hot, and pool water very warm, if especially if you had a solar cover on it. Just a tremendously warm day, and we're in for a lot more of that as we continue on through this week. And we're going to have Lawrence County 45 weather up for you. Sports making headlines, and I don't want to say in a good way, as I'm looking, and you know, there's a few people making sense of this, and others that are completely out of bounds. And this is going to be kind of the open. You know, the NFL, and I know how much they think baseball is America's pastime, and I probably would concur that a lot of people love baseball season. Nothing better than sitting out there with your favorite beverage, nachos, chips, peanuts, whatever it may be, and watching a great baseball game, especially if you're at the stadium. Now, with that, nobody can deny that football has become America's darling. And I say that because as people look forward to the fall, they are filled with anticipation of how their team is going to do, and just the talk of the rivalries with friends inside and around Lawrence County makes it a highly anticipated action. Now, the NFL is free to choose their own destruction. Yesterday, I tried to reach out to the Pittsburgh Steelers. My question to the Steelers was very simple. Since you are going to play what they term the Black National Anthem, I want to know if you're going to play the Italian National Anthem, because Italian lives do matter, and there was plenty of discrimination all around the country with Americans of Italian descent. And my question goes out to, and I'm a full-blooded Italian, as they would say. The question goes out to those folks who were Polish. And while we're talking about it, how about the Irish? Irish Catholics. They didn't even, Notre Dame got the nickname the Fighting Irish because they didn't allow the Irish Catholics to be able to join their league and play football. You see how that worked out. When you stop and read, and this wasn't me. This was a professional sports athlete. I don't recall his name. I believe he played basketball. However, I may be wrong. And he was black. And he said, and I quote, "Have you read their mission statement? This is my mission statement. I am a Christian. I believe in the nuclear family. And I do what's best for my family and make sure my kids get a good education," and he went on. Black Lives Matter says they are against the nuclear family. They would like to see that broken up. And this man went on to say what happens when that breakup occurs. And none of it was good. More susceptible to drugs, more susceptible to jail time, more susceptible to dropping out, lack of education, more, just a whole plethora of problems. So, NFL, why would you embrace this? Is this really something you'd want to sell after talking about family, hard work, and basically the stick-to-itness that you've preached for so long. I'm not getting it. And if the NFL continues on that path, I won't be getting it, because I, for one, will not be watching. Now, that's my open, and I think it's, as I talk to people around, it's pretty much agreed with. Here's the new positives, 450. Now, you don't know what to believe, okay? As this thing becomes more politicized than the presidential race. My understanding is if somebody goes to Walmart and tests positive, either that they had it and they don't have it now, or they are asymptomatic, or they test and go to the hospital and test. If they test twice, it counts as 2. So in that 450, how many people tested twice? We don't know. How many people tested and had it and went home? We don't know. So the numbers become false. I heard the other day, 109 cases in Lawrence County. Okay. There were 9 deaths. That gets you down to 100. There were 75 in the middle of May, people that had it. That gets you down to 25. And not counting how many you added on from June 1st, till the 20th. Thus, the numbers become quite unbelievable. And our governor does nothing to straighten that out. Instead, he'd much rather fight Donald Trump. It's an election year. I understand. The $600 for unemployment compensation, why that's due to run out. And when it does, Pennsylvania Arts Organization received $2.3 million in pandemic relief. And where this collaborates is, I guess Pennsylvania, and yesterday we talked about this, they've extended it 13 weeks for the unemployment, and I thought I had it here, but I know I mentioned it yesterday. 13 weeks extension on those Pennsylvania unemployment claims, so that's a plus. Pennsylvania Arts Organization received $3.2 million in pandemic relief. Nonprofit and organizations received grants totaling $2.3 million to help the impact of COVID-19 pandemic. Funds from the CARE Act support staff salaries, fees for artists, contractual personnel, and facility costs. if you recall, I believe this was the big fight that Nancy Pelosi had with President Donald Trump. You know, do you ever wonder, our Lieutenant Governor Fetterman, has made several trips around talking about legalizing marijuana. Now, back in the 70s, I was taught that marijuana is an entry-level drug. Well, roughly 300,000+ was the total value of amounts seized. And it's 300,000 plus. It's almost 350,000. As I look at this, and then processed marijuana, 2.8 million. So now we're cruising to the 3 million mark of this illegal drug. And a lot of people don't understand this is still illegal, folks. State police seized more than 5.7 million in illegal drugs in the second quarter of the year. That is April, May, and June. Hats off to them. 5.7 million. And a lot of it in that marijuana area. Some heroin, some crack cocaine, some cocaine. That's almost 1 million there, and then the fentanyl, it's about 500,000. Folks, drugs, illegal, bad, don't do them. So that in from the Pennsylvania State Police. And I'm going to go with one more. Governor Wolf, now, this is interesting. Opioid Command Center releases strategic plan roadmap to fight the epidemic. I don't know if you're getting it. The state police are doing their job, seizing illegal drugs. And this guy's acting like, oh, it's a disease. It's a crime. When you take an illegal drug, an opioid, it's a crime and should be treated as such. It's been more than 2 years since Governor Wolf signed the first 90-day disaster declaration to empower state agencies and their partners to collaborate on the opioid epidemic. Since that declaration has been renewed 10 times, most recently May 22nd. And my comment is, how many people have come out and got the help from this? Really doubting that whole thing, and don't put a spin on it. It's a crime to do drugs. Plus, it's not good for you. So remember that. Let's go to sports. We'll be back. I've got a lot of stuff to continue with as we head up what's going on here in Pennsylvania. We'll be right back.
The Cedars Restaurant in Newcastle wants you to indulge in the food from their pleasing menu. The Cedars features Mediterranean, pub food, Middle Eastern cuisine, and so much more. They're open every day 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Call the Cedars on the east side at 827 Addis Street, Newcastle. 724-658-9543. That's 724-658-9543.
Good morning and welcome to the Cedar Sports Corner. I'm Ryan Livengood bringing you the top stories of today. The Pittsburgh Pirates have had 2 additional positive results for the COVID-19 virus. Socrates Brito and Blake Cederland have both tested positive for the coronavirus. Out of the 2, Blake Cederland will be the larger blow to the organization. The right-handed pitcher was vying for a bullpen spot in his upcoming season and was on the team's 60-man roster. The outfield too is taking a hit, despite the fact that Brito was not projected for a large role. There are multiple players out due to various reasons, including suspension, injuries, and now the coronavirus. The Pirates will put the players who have been diagnosed on a newly formed COVID-19 specific injured list. The list lets the Pirates keep players who have tested positive for COVID and take as much time as needed to recover. The 2 add to a large list of approximately 37 players and 7 staff with the Major League Baseball Association diagnosed with COVID. We are wishing for a steady recovery, and we will keep you informed on any further information. In other news, Bryson DeChambeau won his 6th PGA tournament on Sunday. He also shattered Tiger Woods' long-standing record with a driver. Here at Nctv45, we congratulate you, Mr. DeChambeau. That's all for sports. I'm Ryan Livengood, and we'll be right back.
This program furnished by Sporting Goods, 23 East Washington Street, Newcastle. Call 724-658-2535.
This program sponsored by Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company. Brian Ches, owner. Call 724-498-4760. Ryan would be glad to visit.
Alley's Upper Crust at 1700 Highland Avenue has a full menu: pizza, roll-ups, salad, soup, sandwiches, strombolis, dinners. They are just great for dine-in or take-out. Don't forget to give them a call at 724-652-7553. It's Alley's Upper Crust. Today's programming furnished by a grant from Chalala and Carney Florist on Mill Street in Newcastle. Jim Micco and Sons, 347 East Washington Street in Newcastle, can service a lot of your lawn equipment.
Hi,
It's
friends.
Jim
I'm Gary West. And whether you find Augustine's Pizza at your local grocery store, well, the folks at Augustine's Pizza hope that their pizza is always your first choice for any and all occasions.
Hey, and we're back in 66 degrees. We picked up 2. And sunny skies here. We're going to get to Nctv45 weather. The Wolf administration, they're always in the news. I wonder where this guy actually stands. We have invited him to come to the studio, and didn't want to do it. He announced $53 million in additional support for child care providers. PSECU, headquartered in Harrisburg, to announce $53 million in additional financing and support for child care providers that have suffered during COVID. The funding will help child care providers bridge the gap until their clients are able to return, said Governor Wolf. It is also to help them to increase with the increased costs that have been incurred due to the pandemic. So once again, the Democratic Party showing you that they definitely believe in institutionally raising kids as opposed to raising it at home. And I realize sometimes it takes 2 incomes to work, make things work. So, but I can't say enough about kids having a relationship with their parents. He's back again. Yes. Old. My hair ran away from the top of my head. He talks about research that points to masks and the mandatory mask order given by his illustrious Secretary of Health, because he doesn't really have the authority to do it, and they don't have the authority to enforce it, and they're doing the cha-cha-cha. All areas are not created equal, Tom Wolf. You can't just make a statement like this, Tom Wolf. Doesn't make any sense, because you're in a place where you don't have any cases. You don't need a mask. The recent studies that further point to the importance of masks to stop the spread of COVID. That means if there's people around you that have it, it can't come out of nowhere. Researchers at Texas A&M led this study. And my point with a mask, and there are no, what blows this study away, have you seen any guidelines for the mask? Some people are walking around with a handkerchief on them. Some people are walking around with a glorified paper towel. Others are walking around with nylon. Still others cotton. have nothing uniform. The increase you saw was because of increased testing. Didn't mean you had increased sick people. That's important to note. So, with that duly noted, the masks are important in crowded areas but have no benefit as you're sitting in the car by yourself. There. Let's get to Governor Wolf's favorite guy. President Trump on Friday delivered one of the best speeches in the presidency, and it talked about, well, contrary to media reporting, Mr. Trump is described as one with genuine racial equality and diversity. They continued the presidential story of America, though is many national heroes. The nation has done more to advance the human condition than that of the United States. He goes on to say, and I guess these are the 10 points, an eternal tribute to our forefathers. American history will not be surrendered. All men are created equal. Today we must set the record straight. We will not be alliance cad. Our children can achieve something made in the holy image of God. A surprise announcement which he didn't. Father of a country, and the best is yet to come. That paraphrased his speech at Mount Rushmore. That was a terribly prepared press release. The U.S. economy added 4.8 million jobs in June. The economy has added 7.3 million in the past 2 months. The increase in the ranks of workers shows the economy is growing. Again, this ramped up as hiring economies reopen. Consumers come back to the stores. Restaurants and other businesses that have been shuttered, says John Carney of Breitbart. The Trump administration's programs appear to be aiding workers. So, the economy's coming back. Tom Wolf ought to be pretty sad about that. Let's get to weather. 66 degrees, sunny out there, and lots of water for children, pets, and the elderly. Don't let anybody go dehydrated, because you're in for a very hot week. 96% humidity, winds are calm, dew point 65, visibility 10. And they're saying it was updated just now. So, here we go for the normal Lawrence County 45 weather as I'm checking my dials. And here we go.
BSB. Big Shot Bobs are the wings for me. 50 flavors, make it right you see. BSB has sandwiches you have to try. Stop in and you'll know why. Every day of the week you see. Call or stop in to BSB. Big Shot Bobs will be your favorite place, just like me.
Easy Clean Car and Van Wash, where your clean wash is our goal.
Tuscany Square Restaurant, 3470 Wilmington Road, where old world charm meets today's modern conveniences. You'll enjoy their spacious, comfortable seating, their fresh ingredients that go into making every dish, whether it's pizza or that just right entree. Tuscany Square Restaurant, they're here to serve you. Call 724-654-3065.
To Lawrence County 45 weather. My buddy Josh, he forgot his two microphones and speaker things. That's okay. Them little microphones and speaker things, they don't mean much. But it does mean that it's hot. 67 last night overnight. Clear skies, and when it's clear and it's warm, it's hot. Now, I'm just talking, but I saw a dog chasing a cat, and they both were walking. A little warm out there, going to be warm all week. Josh still looking at the wrap-up from yesterday. You know, these youngins, they don't know about Peach Baby in first class. Take a look at this. Now, as I go all the way out here, that is Illinois. And you can see beyond my finger, and I don't want to fall off this chair, it is Indiana clear, Ohio clear, Pennsylvania, every place, no clouds. Hey, Mom, look, no clouds. And when there's no clouds, you get this. Yeah, even my microphone wants to go a little haywire there. Last night, 67. 93. Look at these 90s. Maybe you want to play trip nines at the lottery booth or something like that, because we've got a lot of them. So let's get right to it. Your Tuesday. Sunshine in 93. Because of daytime heating, you get a little bit of a chance of rain in the afternoon. That'll be a pop-up thunder shower variety. Say that twice. But that stands for every day. Now, Tuesday night, you're getting down to balmy low as 68. Wednesday, sunshine in 93. Then on Wednesday night, partly cloudy, a low of 68. Thursday, sunshine, 94. Thursday night, partly cloudy and 70. If you don't have the AC, look out. In rolls Friday, sunshine, 93. Friday night, mostly cloudy, 69. Now, my son, see, he got tired. There were too many sunshines going on here. So he took that right out of there.
Saturday, partly sunny. There is a chance of rain because of daytime heating. And it's going to be humid. So he decided to give you a little cloud cover to enhance the humidity. There's a greater chance of thunder shower here. But still 87. And tell me that's not going to feel more like 90. I'm just saying. You get your break come Sunday. Mostly sunny and 84. The front moves through. Saturday night you get down to 65, which really isn't getting down. You're only 2 degrees lower than those other nights. So look at that stretch of weather. Make sure you check on all the dogs, cats, children, youngsters, oldsters. Make sure they're well hydrated. You're watching Lawrence County 45 weather. Josh is going to go to a break. So am I. We'll be right back. Elham's for one great dining experience. Hello, friends, and it's Los Amigos. Let me tell you what, great food. Whether you get the chimichangas, enchiladas, tacos, whatever you get, you're going to love them. The nice, friendly atmosphere. Stop by. Tell them Nctv45 sent you. It's Los Amigos sponsoring this program. We're back, and more stupidity reigns. This in an article from All Fans. Wrong. They wrote an article, is it time to reconsider Notre Dame's Fighting Irish nickname? Well, let's do some looking at what you missed. Last year, the Leprechaun was a black guy. They asked him, did he feel uncomfortable? He said no. He said it's about fighting and overcoming adversity. The University of Notre Dame has long been known as the Fighting Irish. It's not time to change their name. Dan Snyder said the nickname of the Washington football team, Washington Redskins, would never be changed, despite pressure to do so. The nickname, the Washington Redskins, has been a term, they go on to say, not a generalized slur, but a name of a proud ethnic group. See, because they don't want you to know that the chiefs that have met with this, not to be confused with Kansas City, like the name. The Seminoles like the name. Yeah, the Seminole tribe down in Florida went and petitioned the court not to change it. Last week, they put financial pressure Very simple. I got financial pressure too. Look. No swishes here. Drinking the real thing. Not the other cola. We can put financial pressure too. Not watching the games. Change it back. This was my open and this is just came in. Okay. They go on to say the fact is, no, they don't want to hide behind tradition and history. All sports is saying that. The fact that it's tradition and history, they sing Hail to the Redskins. Have you ever heard their fight song? Have you ever known that they're the only ones with a band? The Colts had one too, I might add that. Okay. It is not, they go on to say, their opinion. It's not a racist nickname. Okay. Once again, all fans get it wrong. That's the name of their thing. And we are going to have to, as individuals of this proud country, we are going to have to stand up and reiterate our proud heritage and standing. The determination to overcome is based on each individual, not on groupthink and mob rule. And not being a well, I feel bad for myself, and that's the bottom line. Now, with that being said, we're going to hear from these folks, and we'll be right back with a wrap-up.
There's more than meets the eye. You gotta give them a Newcastle a try. The right small town for living. Look around.
Special thanks going out to Town Mall Pizza for sponsorship of this program, located in the Cascade Galleria, Newcastle.
At our law firm, we see you. Come see us at lgkg.com.
This program sponsored by Lombardo's Apothecary, located at 1230 South Mill Street on the south side of Newcastle.
Today's programming is brought to you by Nctv45 and NC Radio 450, Newcastle's community television station.
Well, folks, we're back. John King, thanks for liking NCTV45. Truly appreciated. My man, Josh, he wasn't at the switchboard this morning. He'll be back tomorrow. I look forward to seeing him. And just for the record, the Stanford Cardinal, that stood for the color, maybe because they didn't want to offend the birds, was the Stanford Indians. At the time of Jim Plunkett, who was a Native American Indian that played for Stanford in the 70s. Check it out. He won the Heisman Trophy. The Marquette Warriors, now, a Warrior could be anything, changed their name to the Golden Eagles. It didn't eliminate racism. Because racism is a choice of every individual. Not in a name that honors the ethnic groups as they would have you not believe. Once again, they got it wrong. Now, make sure that you tell a friend and have a friend tell a friend about Nctv45. They'll be glad you did. And when they say, I don't watch a lot of TV, you tell them that Nctv45 is available anytime on your time. Yes, a train that runs on your schedule, that's Nctv45. Right here in what I call the greatest castle in the world, in the county of Lawrence. Now, before we leave you, our song of the day, none other than the beautiful Beach Boys. I wonder if that's racist. Because Beach Boys, that means people that like the beach. That may make them feel bad. Shame on you if you believe that bunch of bunk. Let's go Irish. Hail to the Redskins. And let's go Seminoles. Also, I'll even shout out to SC, Notre Dame's arch rival. Fight on. Now make sure you get that second cup of coffee and have a super day in what I call the greatest castle in the world, in the county of Lawrence. And here's Kokomo by the Beach Boys.